Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage. I've reviewed almost 500 indie movies on the channel and it always fills me with joy when I'm able to follow a filmmaker's entire journey. Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side A is Hemanth M's third feature film. His first one, Godi Bana Sadarana Mikatu, we watched and reviewed many years ago. His second one, Kavaludari, we covered 2 years ago. And now I'm happy that I was able to catch up with his third one after I unfortunately missed it in theaters. Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side A, which can be translated as Somewhere Beyond the Seven Oceans Side A, is a Kannada language drama. It's a romantic drama and it's also a prison drama. A drama about two young people, Manu and Priya, played by Rakshit Shetty and Rukmini Vasanth. Two people who seem so perfect for each other and who are deeply in love. And it's that kind of love that feels very romantic, but it's also very real and realistic, with them making plans for their future together, while struggling with the hardships of just living in this world. Life is expensive, and their dreams of a little house near the sea is very far away. Their relationship and characters are established so well right in those first moments, when they are in a car and Manu is driving way too fast. They argue like every couple argues. With a job like Manu's right now, it would take about 80 years to finance such a car. But he wants their dreams to come true, and when the story opens up an opportunity for him to take a risky shortcut, he takes that risk. Which, that's of course super obvious from the get-go, will turn out to be a giant mistake. Or rather, the mistake of his life. He ends up in prison and the lovers get separated. There's a really strong sequence that shows us just how long it takes and how difficult it is for Priya to just visit him in prison. She has to make so many different stops and also walk like half of the distance and then be lucky or pay the right guards to even get close to him. And then they only have a few minutes at most. Like the title suggests, it's as if the seven oceans lay between them now. But their love persists, and Sapta Sagaradaache Ello unfolds as a quite realistic and also at times beautifully poetic and tender love story. It has some big moments, but most of the time it's a rather subdued, slow-paced and genuine sad film. But it's one that sucks you in. Rakshit Shetty and Rukmini Vasanth have beautiful chemistry. And while I found his character to be a little bit too gullible at times, not just because of his decision at the beginning, but also how he behaves in prison at first, it's Priya and Rukmini Vasanth's performance that really makes a difference. Her love, her commitment, but also her emotional devastation, you can really feel it. Her biggest passion in life is singing, but her spirit gets broken, and while that's a simple way to show a change, it's a powerful one nevertheless. As are the few touches where the film does become a bit more cinematic. For example, that first time when Priya is visiting him and their hands are able to touch through the bars. Everything around them becomes distant, the sound becomes muffled. It's as if only they are important in that moment and anything else falls away. I also really liked how director Hemanth M introduced that element of the tape recorder and turned it into kind of a lifeline for Manu. It's really nicely executed how Priya is recording her tape for Manu and how Manu is listening to it in prison. These are the moments where the movie becomes a little bit magical. And speaking about that tape, the movie is titled Side A. So there will be a Side B as well. And we don't even have to wait that long for it. It's already coming out at the end of this month, and I think it's a really nice idea to tell an epic two-part love story like this. And now, one of my biggest criticisms with this one might sound a bit hypocritical, because how can I cherish the idea of two parts and yet say that I felt this first one was definitely a bit too long? Well, like I said, it's really slow paced and that's not a problem, but I felt the middle section was dragging a little bit. I really like Priya's character and how the movie portrayed her struggle. And while I think Manu's struggle in prison is also done decently, at the same time it's a bit more familiar. You clearly recognize the usual prison tropes, and some things are a bit heavy-handed. And since it's also not really a movie that holds big surprises for the audience, those segments with Manu on his own felt slightly weaker. But then, the movie is really kicking into next gear emotionally in the last half hour or so. Which I don't want to spoil here, but the way it shows the weight of certain decisions you have to make in life, it really got me. And now I'm certainly hoping the second part will be shown in theaters here as well, and if it is, I won't miss it this time. So in German I'd say, Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side A ist ein zärtliches Liebesdrama mit der richtigen Mischung aus Realismus und filmischer Poesie. Etwas lang und zu bekannt im Mittelteil, was durch die Stärken aber locker wettgemacht wird. I give Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side A 7 out of 10. It's more like 7.4, but I don't do that. Alright, that's it like always. Comment below and let me know what you think about Sapta Sagaradaache Ello Side A. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd and also on Patreon simply at The Jimmy Cage. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all I have to tell.